you're here for the questions, yeah. Okay. I've them prepared if you are prepared. Sure, just take a seat. And don't worry, it's not going to be difficult. Although those questions are the questions that probably no one ever asked you before, so I personally was surprised a little bit. If you would like to, I could give you my answers to some. Sure, okay. We can do a cooperation, let's say. Fine, just take a seat. Yeah. Don't have to worry. So, can we start? I'll be just doing some notes. So we have everything in order. Fine. So the first question is, if you could invent a new element for the periodic table, what properties would it have? Quite peculiar question to ask someone. Do you know? Interesting. Yeah. Like, I don't think we can bend the rules of physics too much, so. But in the realm of possibilities, something that creates a good amount of energy would be nice. Yeah. So, can we move? Okay. Next, what would be the first law you would pass if you were given control of a microscopic society living on your skin? Microscopic society living on your skin. There's plenty of things living on your skin. Yeah. Billions. So what rule? Yeah, that sounds intelligent. But, well, I have to agree with you to not harm me, the place giver, let's say, the home giver, my skin giver. That's pretty good. A little bit selfish, I would say, but pretty good rule that benefits everyone. Yeah. Let's move on. If colors could be tasted, what flavor would you assign to the color blue? That's interesting. I personally would give it a Smurf taste. Do you know the Smurf ice cream? That was pretty good. I sometimes order it when I'm somewhere where they actually serve it. So I know it's more for kids, but sometimes you have to have a guilty pleasure, let's say. Okay. Next one. Imagine you are architect for dreamscapes. What would your signature style be? Dreamscapes. I'm doing them a lot, so yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good idea. I do them a lot, so you can check out my work in the repertoire, let's say. and see some dreamscapes that I made. Let's move to the next question. If you could listen to the thoughts of any non-human animal, which would you choose and why? Any non-human animal. To the thoughts. I would listen probably to octopuses, octopi. Is it octopi? Yeah, it is octopi. So I would probably listen to octopi because they are really intelligent. And you don't want to listen to dogs or cats or something like that because they think like about you and stuff. So we can probably learn things from octopi. Okay. Next one, number 6. What would you name a new constellation, and what would its story be? What would you name a new constellation, and what would its story be? Okay. I don't know, I'm not really good at constellations, to be honest, to be precise, but there are some pretty good, so maybe I would do a beaver constellation. That could be cool if I can actually find it in the skies, That's quite a difficult task. Anyway, let's move on. If you could create a new Olympic sport that combines 2 existing ones, what would it be? I have a perfect one, so let me hear your answer. It's pretty good. I would do curling combined with weightlifting. Basically, you have the curling stones, you throw them on the ice, but they would be from gold or something, or titanium, extremely heavy, that you cannot lift them, and it's actually hard to push them, So it would be big, strong men like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just pushing the stones on the ice. That would be cool. Don't you think? Okay, maybe not. Let's move to another set of questions. Do we have here? Yes, we have it there. If you were a mythological creature, what unique ability would you possess and how would you use it? So if you were a mythological creature, what unique ability would you possess and how would you use it? I would like to teleport. That would be nice. I hate traveling, commuting, and I would use it every day to commute. Okay, that's a good answer too. Let's go to the next one. If you could transform into any inanimate object for a day, what would you choose and why? I cannot say that, but I want to listen to your opinion. It's pretty good. Okay, I can see that. Mine, I will choose to skip this question. Okay, next one. What would be your strategy for surviving a world where everyone is compelled to tell the truth for 24 hours? That's like that movie where everyone invention of lying. Well, I wouldn't I personally, let me see, I hear your option or your opinion. I personally wouldn't mind, like I'm not lying too much, like sometimes I lie to, comfort someone or something, but nothing serious, so easy for me. Next one. If you could design a new form of communication that doesn't involve speaking or writing, what would it be? Doesn't involve speaking or writing, so tell me something. Okay, it's fine. I would probably design it by like we have those forms of communication, but would be cool to like elephants. They are like kicking to the ground, and the low frequency waves are traveling to the ground like earthquake. What would it smell like? That's interesting, isn't it? Okay. That's a good memory. I wish I had something like that. I don't. I don't know. I don't know this one. Let's skip it. I will keep it only for you. It's only for you. Okay. Next one. Imagine you could paint emotions. What would curiosity look like? Well, you basically can do that already. If you have some talent for painting, which I certainly don't possess. So, but curiosity like small baby maybe? Baby with the, how you say that? Lens, glass, like looking at stuff. That could be. If you were a character in a video game, what would be your special power and mission? Well, I precisely know who I would be. So what would you be? I would be Agent 47, Hitman. That would be nice. That would be good. I always loved these games to like learn the patterns and exploit NPCs. That's my favorite pastime. Okay, let's move to the next. Where we ended. Okay, here is the next. What unique feature would you add to a city if you could build it from scratch? I always like. That's good. That's a good idea. I always like imagine. I always like think. That's a shame that, like, it's not a shame. It's like good, but that you cannot think to the future from the past, like medieval peasants or something. You cannot plan for electricity and stuff like that, so sometimes it's missing, places, and you need to rebuild it and do weird stuff. So I would add some better utilities in the middle and stuff like that. If you could program a robot to learn one human behavior, what would it be and why? If you could program a robot to learn one human behavior, what would it be and why? Just one behavior. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. I don't really know this one. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Like, maybe. Like behavior. Like, be extremely curious. That would be good to solve the things that, we can solve. But with the AIs and stuff like that, we will probably solve a lot of things in pretty near future. Okay, next one. If you could experience a life as a different gender for a week, what aspect of that experience would you be most curious about? This is the other thing I cannot say. Okay, but I want to listen to your opinions. Okay. So basically the same. Yeah, okay, let's move on. Let's rather move on. What would your dream house look like if it had to be built entirely out of recycled materials? Well, that's hard, I think. Yeah, the same. I think the same. Yeah. Good. I think we have the same style at this, so let's move on. If you could create a new holiday, what would it celebrate and how would people observe it? Okay. That's certainly important day. Yeah, I would probably create a day celebrating my birthday internationally. 10. Why not? Okay, let's move on. If you had to live in a fictional universe for a year, which one would you choose and how would you survive? Fictional universe. I would probably live in. Let me hear your first. I don't know. Like, you will probably not survive. I don't think I would live in Teletubbies universe. Because I would definitely survive. I would get a lot of snacks. It would probably decrease my IQ by at least 1/2, but I would survive. If I got to some more exciting universes, I would probably be immediately. So, and the last set of questions. What would be the first sentence of your autobiography if you could only use words starting with the letter M? That's an interesting one, isn't it? So try to come up with something. The sentence only starting on letter M. I'll try to figure something out. So, my mother made me mouse-like. My mother made me mouse-like. My first sentence in autobiography, because I'm a little bit mouse-like, Definitely the tone I'm speaking with is like a mouse, so I think it would be accurate. Okay, let's move on. If you could choreograph a dance that tells a story of your life, what would be the central theme? That's pretty good. I'm jealous of that. I would be probably crying. Okay, Okay, let's rather move to the next one. What would you name a new species of plant that you discovered, and what unique property would it have? Well, okay. You like these kind of plants? Yeah, I can see that. I would name it Rhezaphirinius blues redus. Rhezaphirinius blues redus, and it would make people blue. That would be good. Blue and red. They would have blue face and body and red arms and legs for like a week if they ate it. It would be really confusing for a lot of people. Everybody would solve so many problems. Yeah, okay, let's move to another. If you were tasked with creating a new form of currency, what would it be? Based on and why? Well, blockchain, probably. That's like the future, I think. In the future, once we have quantum computing and we can safely encrypt it, because today's encryption will be wiped out by quantum computing in no time. So what do you think? On sheep. Okay, so back to basics. Good. Well, I don't really think it would be convenient, but okay. Why not? And the last one. Imagine you have to write a manual for your own brain. What would the first chapter be about? That's a thought. That's a chapter. Definitely. Well, mine would be how to turn it off. Definitely. And I would like to read it first. So, thank you for your answers. I will definitely send them where I should send them. And if you did not do that during the test, give this interview a like, and you can subscribe to my lessons to have other interviews and stuff. Anyway, thank you for being there, and I'll see you in the next one.